Today, a small town just 12 miles from where the first shots of the revolution took place at Lexington Battle Green. This small town, Sudbury, Massachusetts, today is about to vote away the Second Amendment in the town limits. Yeah.
Before I jump into that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that's Lear Capital. Last year was a terrible year for investors, and predictions are that 2023 will be even worse with the upcoming recession. But what did have a really impressive year this past year was gold investments. If you're interested in investing in gold, I suggest you call my friends at Lear Capital. The team at Lear will provide helpful information about purchasing gold or converting part of your IRA or your 401k into a gold IRA. Not only are they the best around with over 25 years in business and thousands of 5-star reviews, but they also have a 24-hour risk-free guarantee where you can review your investment for 24 hours before committing to it. You can learn more at leargg.com or call 1-800-260-5075. Thanks to Lear Capital for sponsoring this video.
Hey everybody, my name is Jared. This is Guns and Gadgets, and here I bring you Second Amendment news every single day. So if you want to know about all of the lawsuits, whether they're good or bad, or all the bills that are filed, good or bad, I'll bring it to you. All you have to do is like this video and subscribe down below. The opening was right. Sudbury, Massachusetts, the historic area where the revolution started, is about to vote the Second Amendment out of existence. And I didn't actually believe it until I read the warrant for the town meeting. Oof, it's a doozy. So I got a message from GOAL, which is Gun Owners Action League here in Massachusetts, on Friday, and I didn't get into it until the weekend because I was out and had to be out of the house for home inspections and all kinds of stuff going on. So I got to it over the weekend and did some digging. Guys and gals, this is amazing. I'm going to tell you that they're looking to ban the sale, the manufacture, and assembly of firearms or their components, and as well as for ammunition or explosives. So, assembly. If this goes through, it would be illegal in Sudbury to build your own gun. You take your gun apart, to clean it, you would have to assemble it, and assembly would be banned. Guys and gals, on the screen is the warrant for the town meeting. That's how these work. They're put on warrants, they're submitted to the town at the annual town meeting, and then the town votes on them. This is Article 55, the control of firearms, and amend zoning bylaw Article 9. This is a citizen petition article, and it says, in Section 2230, Appendix A, Table of Principal Use Regulations, add a line after marijuana establishment in Part C of the table which shows N all the way across the table and call it sales, assembly, and or manufacturing of firearms and or components thereof, ammunition, and explosives. This amendment would make the sales, assembly, and or manufacturing of firearms and or components thereof, ammunition, and explosives a prohibited use in all zoning districts in the town of Sudbury. And N means prohibited use. Here's the proposed chart, and then we're going to get into the petitioner's report, which is absolutely asinine. Just for your reference, I went back into this town meeting and the bylaws and all that stuff and actually found what all these abbreviations are in these columns. If you care, A-Res and C-Res are both residential zoning areas. WI is the Wayside Inn Historic Preservation Zone. BD is Business District. LBD is Limited Business District. VBD is the Village Business District. ID is the Industrial District. And then Limited Industrial District, Industrial Park District, and then Research District. Listen to the petitioner's report. This is asinine. This is insane. It drove me nuts. The person who submitted this said, the intent of this article is to regulate the manufacture and sale of guns and ammunition in Sudbury in the interest of public health and safety. Well, that's violating Bruin already. The increasing access to firearms in our society is coupled with ever-increasing death rates. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has relatively stringent gun laws, but as we have seen, they are not uniformly enforced and loopholes are always being exploited. Fortunately, the rate of gun deaths is not as high in Massachusetts as it is in some other states, but it is much higher than in many other countries. The ready access to guns everywhere risks violence and death both intentional and unintentional, by one's own hand and by others. Reduction in the demand for retail and industrial space in Sudbury means that much space languishes on the lease market, encouraging landlords to lease to tenants with unconventional or questionable business models in order to maintain any rental income at all. In the course of the last 9 months, we have seen a long series of news articles in the Boston Globe about a large nest of unconventional and illegal gun dealers in one building in Littleton, operating in violation of state regulations and without regular inspections by local police and federal authorities. Some of these weapons have been used in criminal activity, including straw purchases. This has led the town of Littleton and its citizenry to orchestrate the sale and demolition of the entire building as a way of halting this unwanted activity. This warrant article does not prevent hunters from loading ammunition in their own homes, but it does ban the building and merchandising of firearms and ammunition within the town's borders for commercial purposes. Further, it does not impinge on anyone's rights under the Second Amendment of the Constitution. However, individuals should not be tempted by ready access to firearms to spontaneously commit violence against themselves, classmates, or family members. The darkest impulses of the human soul should not be exploited for profit. In Sudbury and in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we look out for each other's health and welfare. If, after each senseless act of gun violence that is splashed across the news, we ask, why can't something be done about this horror? The answer is it can, and this town bylaw amendment is part of our answer. And of course, the select board will report if they support this or not at the town meeting. All right, couple things for the gun controllers watching this video, and they do. Just because you say something doesn't violate somebody's right doesn't mean it's true. You're not entitled to your own facts. Second of all, the mill, that's what it's known as in Littleton, where the largest amount of FFLs under one roof exist in the entire country. The last time I was physically there, it was 84 FFLs. Yeah, yes, all one big giant mill. Yes, the town is pissed, but it's not the town itself because they're getting tax revenue. It's the parents who are afraid of an inanimate object. Not the bad people that do something, a piece of steel. Not the degradation of society, fatherless homes, use of narcotics. It's the piece of plastic and steel. And the allegations about them operating illegally are false. They're inspected every year, not only by ATF, but by fire and police in the town. And they're not operating illegally at all. I mean, Mara Healy, we all know that name. You should, if you're a gun controller, especially in Massachusetts. She's now governor. She was AG. If it was done illegally, she would have, believe me, she would have made headlines to pursue her political future. But this is an attempt to take away your right if you live in Sudbury. And I know there's a lot of people in Sudbury that are very left-leaning and are very well off, but not everybody is. Some people actually value their rights and the rights of their citizens and the rights of our country. So if you're a Sudbury resident, you need to go to town meeting tonight. If you're not a Sudbury resident, you can still go to town meeting tonight and make your voice heard. Now, you won't be able to vote because you're not a resident, but you can absolutely show up and make yourself heard and support the Constitution. Just saying. Guys and gals, let me know what you think down below. I'll have the location for the Sudbury town meeting in the description, as well as a phone number for the select board, should you want to call them and tell them that they don't have the right to violate the Constitution. Regardless of whoever typed this, thinking all snooty, this does not violate your Constitution. I bet they're related to King George. Let me know what you guys think down below. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. Your community is one of the big ones. Keep your community safe. See you in the next one, guys. Take care.